we have Neill that's wants to mention a few things about a catalytic converter. Let's go over to him. Neill, welcome to the CNC Auto Show, and what can we help you with?
Good morning, first-time caller.
Well, thank you for calling. Welcome, and
my-
hop in and let's ride.
My engine light came on the car that's been really reliable, and took it to one of those places, had it analyzed. They said it's a catalytic converter or one of the components. And I found out that there's some kind of liquid you could buy to clear up the problem because it was bogging down. You step on the accelerator.
Mhm.
I disconnected the battery cable so that the engine light would go out, and I put it on like after 30 seconds, and that reset it, and I'm cruising along for a day or two, and then boom, engine light comes on again. And I'd done this twice with this expensive additive that was like around $27. And am I destined to have to get a catalytic converter at this point?
Yeah, I'm assuming that the code that they're getting out of the vehicle says catalytic converter inefficiency code. Does that sound right?
Okay.
All right.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Okay. Now, if it is that code, there's it is either the catalytic converter or the O2 sensors. More often than not, it's the catalytic converter, but we recommend doing the O2 at the same time. There's a front O2 and rear O2. What make and model is this car again?
I've done those already.
Oh, okay. Good.
This is, yeah, I've done the O2 sensors already, so it must be the catalytic converter. It is a 2012 Nissan Rogue, and I have almost 160,000 miles on it.
Okay.
What's your recommendation?
Okay, recommendation is if you're getting a catalytic inefficiency code, it will need a catalytic converter. Now, you've tried partially some of the things I normally mention. There's a lot of times there's a system called, it's done at a professional shop. They don't sell it at in individual cases to the public, but it's a BG fuel induction service that actually it's got a little mister that blows this chemical through the engine, lets it burn through, and that goes through the engine and cleans the intake system, the top of the valves, top of the pistons, goes through, cleans the O2 sensor, cleans the catalytic converter. But if you've tried two of those others, I wouldn't go spending more money on that. And I would, if the technician has looked at that converter and is saying it's not efficiency, because that converter code would mean that you need a converter, every indication. And I would recommend, since the catalytic converter is a fairly expensive item, if you hadn't done this, do get a technician to look at the readings that he's getting from that vehicle, the parameter readings, and a scope reading. What he'll probably see if the converter is bad is that the front oxygen sensor will show a certain sine wave. It'll be from 0 to 1 volts, and it'll move kind of rapidly up and down. And then if he looks at the back one, after the converter, and it looks very similar to the same thing, that means that the catalytic converter is not effective and definitely does need to be replaced. And that will give you more of a sure reading. And with that, prices on catalytic converters vary so much. There are some that you can get some aftermarket catalytic converters. Is the reason I say that. But they do vary from car to car. But I see prices ranging anywhere from the $600 range, and you do see some that go as high as $1,500, $2,000. But in most cases, I see them somewhere between the $600 and $1,200 range.
Are aftermarket worth buying?
Yes, I have used aftermarket catalytic converters, and they have worked well.
Okay. Another quick question. What are the consequences of not replacing the catalytic converter?
Now, if you live in an area that has emission testing, you would not be able to pass your emission test to be able to get the sticker. If you don't live in an area with an emission test, now don't tell anybody I said this, but it will have absolutely nothing to do with the running of the vehicle. So Yes, that does, the computer does not look at that code to make any adjustment. It lets you know that your catalytic converter is not effective.